Good day, wonderful people. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Precious, reporting for Precious TV. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can be up to date on the things I post from time to time. I'll be talking to you this evening on a very interesting topic that I have captioned: what is more important than being a university graduate? What is more important than being a university graduate? Guys, I grew up in a society where degree holders are literally worshipped. Being a graduate is a big deal. But in this 21st century, it is not just enough to be a graduate. There is one skill you must have that will set you on the top, that will set you on the height, that will help you scale and become more valuable, not just to yourself alone, but to the society at large. You must recognize this one skill in order for you to become what you need to become, so you can have what you need to have when you need to have them. Guys, I was really heartbroken when I came across the story of one Kelvin Ochieng, all the way from Kenya in Africa, who has been through school, graduated with a first-class degree in actuarial science. This guy is a first-class degree holder, yet he's on the street. He lives on the street. He's a subject of poverty. And right now, I discovered he stores his university degree in a cyber cafe, hoping that someday he will get a job and live a better life. It's not just enough to keep applying for jobs and looking out for jobs. There is that one skill that will set you up and put you at the point where you need to be in life. Before I share that one skill with you, let me share a little bit of the story of Kelvin Ochieng so you can be up to date on what his life is all about. Please watch this. I'll be right back to share with you that one important skill to take you to the top. See.
We report on a heartbreaking story of how years of hard work, topped with excellent academic grades, are all in vain for a young man who has gone through some of the country's best schools. Take a listen. Kelvin Ochieng scored straight A's at the famous Maranda High School before proceeding to the University of Nairobi, where he did, listen to this, actuarial science, and graduated with, yes, first-class honors. But as Citizen Television's investigative reporter Purity Mwambia reports, this was not enough for Kelvin Ochieng, who ended up homeless in the streets of the capital. Here is first-class betrayal with Purity Mwambia.
My name is Kelvin Ochieng. This is Madare slums in Kosovo. This is where I'm hosted by my friend, and I've been staying here with him.
The heavy stench of raw sewage welcomes us, Kosovo, in Nairobi's Mathare slums.
In Madare, I have to endure the smell in the slums. I have to endure the filthy state. The smell remains there. There are no proper latrines. And living here, it's degrading.
In this valley, you've got to watch your back. It is one of the most dangerous slums in Nairobi. Armed men live here.
You can walk here at night and you're beaten up. So holding a phone, myself having a smartphone is a problem.
We are here to meet 24-year-old Kelvin Ochieng.
Hapa ndio penye mi upitia nikienda kwa nyumba.
A first honors class graduate in actuarial science from the University of Nairobi.
I was frustrated and I went to live in the streets because there was no job coming.
He is lucky to call this place home. He lived on the streets of Nairobi for a year.
Naishi hapa juu na beshte yangu mwenye ameni host. I don't have a place to stay, but this is much better compared to sleeping in the streets. Yes, come inside.
Okay. Sawa, asante.
It's okay, come inside. Can I have a seat?
Inside this tiny house, shared by 3 other men, we find Christopher Law, the man who rescued Kevin from the streets. He tells us how they met.
I found some dude, he was sleeping on the grass there that particular day. Bro, mbona unalala saizi? Akaniambia akona hizo shida za jobozi imefanya naishi hapo. Akaniambia ni graduate. Hii kitu inaka hilarious. Yaani saa that one piqued my interest. Wacha nataka tu kusikia, wacha katambe, wacha tusikie hii story, wacha tu nisikie uongo. Nikamwambia bro, unasema ni kweli umegraduate? Unajua ni strange yani umegraduate alafu unalala kwa street. Kani true, hebu tuende cyber. Sasa tukaenda cyber ingine iko tu hapo around. Akanifungulia Gmail yake. Jo umsa mpiga S kuanzia juu hadi chini. Na hazina madoadoa ati. Hizo za A-. Hakuna hata moja.
Kevin's story is that of a student who worked hard right from primary school through secondary up to the university. A closer look at his certificate tells it all.
Pointed not to score very good marks. I got 392 out of 500. I went to Miranda High School. I performed there and scored an A. I was looking forward to a good university course that would give me a good job. So I took actuarial science. I successfully got a first-class honors in actuarial science.
He was in this class of 2011, the year that Miranda High School topped the country in KCSE exam. He was their index number 1. And all through, he saw a bright future that would help him rescue his grandmother and sister from poverty. But life turned upside down for him.
I've applied to Saiton for their graduate training program. I've applied to Central Bank. I applied to Deloitte as well as PwC. And the problem of not getting the job comes when I feel I'm qualified and I don't successfully get the job. So I become frustrated. And that's how I found myself in the streets.
If he had gone back to his rural home in Nyakati village where he grew up.
It happened. I had gone home before. Found back home there was absolute poverty. And they all believed that I would be the one to bring them out of this. They all believe that Kevin has gone to university and is the star of this family. I would bring my grandmother out of poverty. And that belief haunted me because I believed that I should be responsible for them. This frustration was weighing up on me until I imagined suicide.
Poverty or lack of money haunted Kevin. He did not even attend his graduation. He couldn't afford it.
It happened that during my graduation I could not afford the graduation fees.
How much?
It was just 4,000.
We asked him how then was he able to pay for his university fee.
I was admitted through a regular program, the government program, and I successfully applied for a HELB loan. As well, I successfully applied for a Chinese loan, a Chinese scholarship, and these paid all my fees. Yeah, these paid all my fees. I was also a beneficiary of CDF bursary. So my grandmother never forked out a shilling to pay to teach me through university.
Later, Kevin takes me to Mishuki Gardens near Globe Cinema roundabout.
welcome.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's mine.
This was his abode. His belongings still remain here.
Niliacha hapa, siku nataka kuiangalia juu nilikuwa nataka niache tu vitu zote nilikuwa natumia.
The following day, we are at the market street. Kevin works alongside these parking gangs.
Ni 100 tunalipwa na mwenye gari. So tunampatia 50 juu ya kunipea gari na mimi nachukua 50.
Is only allowed to wash cars here to earn a living.
Yaani huwa tuna scramble kupata gari. Juu watu wa kuosha ni wengi hapa hivi. So kupata riziki, kupata gari 4 ama gari 3, utashukuru Mungu.
And by chance, Austin Olu, one of Kevin's former classmates at Maranda High School and Nairobi University, happens to pass by. We asked him about Kevin's life.
I can't really get my hand at how I feel about the fact that Obede, Index 1 in my year, who went on to become one of the best actuarial students at UN, is in the streets. It's something else.
Kevin stores his certificate in a cyber cafe, hoping one day he will get a job and have a decent life. Kevin's story reveals the ticking time bomb of the unemployed youth who worked hard, scored A's, and their certificates have turned into just a piece of paper. He is on his way to join the parking gangs on the streets of Nairobi. Purity Mwambia, Citizen TV.
Welcome back, guys. The one skill I was talking to you about before we went to watch the video on Kevin Ochieng that will help you become more important and more valuable to yourself, and not just becoming a VIP but a VAP, value-adding personality, is what I call the skill of negotiation. The skill of negotiation. Like I said before we saw the story of Kevin Ochieng, you see, being a graduate is a big deal, but in this 21st century, it is just not enough to be a graduate. You must have this one skill, and this skill is what I call the skill of negotiation. In the year 2008, Barack Obama contested for presidency against John McCain. And we all know the story of how Barack Obama raised $779 million for his campaign, while McCain raised $384 million for his campaign. You can see the resources available to these two men. On the platform of what they raised, you can actually tell what they are able to work with or what they are able to fight with. It was all a function of the power of negotiation. You see, those who are poor in life become poor not because they don't have the resources that the rich have, but it's just because they don't know how to get what they need at the right time. And that's why you must understand the skill of negotiation. The resources you need to get all you need in life is by mastering the act of negotiation. Listen to me and listen very carefully. If you know how to negotiate well, it doesn't matter what you graduated from school with or what you have right now, you will always find a way to get yourself out of any situation in life. I always recommend that people should read the book, The Art of Negotiation. But it's so vital and very important that you recognize that the skill of negotiation can be learned. No school is going to teach you that. But I know over time, if you stay glued to this channel, subscribe, I'm going to be sharing with you secrets of the skill of negotiation. It's been an amazing time talking to you today. Share this video with your friends and loved ones. Hit the like button if you have learned something new. And please tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody to subscribe, because something big will be dropping from time to time. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.